So I just dropped my brother off this morning at the airport, and I was listening to the radio, secular radio, which I normally never do, simply because of the types of conversations and the types of music, and both are one and the same conversations and music. I had to have a little ambience going this morning, have a little background noise happening. I guess just to kind of get the mind ticking a little bit. And in between the foolish music that was going on, I'm sure it was foolish. I didn't have it loud enough to actually hear what was being said, but I recognized the elements. There was a conversation between the DJs about men making less than women, or women making more than men financially. And this is a big conversation in every community nowadays, and we should ask ourselves why that is. But it is. And usually this conversation goes on between members of a community that are not very different in terms of the amounts of money that is being brought in between males and females. This conversation is always being had between people who are only making a few $1,000s more or less than the other, and it's usually incited by a disgruntled woman, to be honest. And women are complaining about men who make less than them, and this word that they like to use is insecurity and controlling. And I'm going to help you out with a little bit of information, since it's not really being pointed out. Money, when you have money, it gives you the opportunities, it gives you the freedoms, it gives you the access to things that you more or less will or will not have if you do or do not have money. This conversation is always being had because of less money being made by a man that a woman has chosen to be in a relationship with. Not about men who do not make money at all. I don't subscribe to anyone ever having any kind of relationship with the opposite sex in a romantic way when there is zero money as a resource. It's not impossible, but damn near is impossible. It's just not possible. And common assessment. But this analysis that was going on between these DJs, there's always this one caveat being left out on both sides, and both sides have a point. Is that lifestyle is affected by how much money is being made and the difference between the two partners. Men and women see money differently. even if we make it in the same way, office job or warehouse or art, entertainment, whatever the field is, everyone has the same opportunities to make these monies. Now, if you go into the statistics, you will find that women still make a significant amount less than men do. And this conversation is still going on. Again, why and how? This was never a conversation back in the day, because men made all the money. Men are the natural providers, and everyone agrees to that much. But now that women are having the opportunity to make money, sometimes more money, apparently a lot of times, according to so many disgruntled women, they're making more money because they find themselves having to be, for some reason maybe, in a relationship with a man that makes less money. If a woman doesn't want a man who makes less money, then why be in a relationship with him? And if the opportunities are that low to have a man who makes the same or more amount of money than they are, then that must mean that women are making more money than men, but that's not what the data says. But anyway, there's a problem in the relationships between men and women when the woman is making more money than the man. Men see money differently than women. Men are practical. Men are rational. Men are conservative by nature. And also when it comes to money. Women, on the other hand, a lot of times will have their card in their hand running down the street begging people to take it from them whenever they have a feeling. And women, no matter how much more money they make, seems to part with that money a lot quicker than a man will. And that brings me to my point. The one thing that's not being said about this dynamic is that the lifestyles are going to be affected between the two. When one is making more money than the other, and that one is by nature positioned to receive guidance in the unit. I'm trying to say it in a way that I don't want, because I don't want to hear not trying to have an argument. But men are the natural heads of the household. And there's a reason for that. So when you have a woman who's making more money, she calling a lot of the shots. Now, we don't try to take freedom from any women. We are proud of women. We are proud of our women who are earning money and income and doing what they want to do. If they don't want to earn the income and would prefer to be the traditional housewife, lover, But if you're going to make more money, then you're going to call more shots, which you are. That's the point. When you got that money in your hand, you're going to say, I want to be here, I want to be there, I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to get that, I want to... Then you got more freedoms to carry on a lifestyle, sometimes at whim, on a whim. And men, we're not the most articulate species. When we see this going on, it's not that we don't want you to have fun, because it's all about fun and, having people look at you and excitement. And when men see this going on and the money is growing wings and flying, man gonna say something. Man gonna be trying to figure out what the hell can I do to reason with this less than reasonable person who has money to do things outside of reason whenever she feels like it, and expects me to go along with it because I'm in a relationship with her. And if I don't, I'm insecure. If I don't, then I know she got to go talk to her girlfriends about it. And I know how her and her girlfriends talk. Then she got to go on social media and run some memes about it. And she got to grow this attitude about it. And the more attitude and the more chatter going on in her ear from her girlfriends, the more she builds up in the force that she's applying with her money. The more she acts out with her money. And it's all because the man is not going along with her lifestyle. Doesn't approve, and he has the right to. He has the right to do what he wants to do with his money. Oh, you want to do that with your money? When I want to do this with my more money? I got more money than you. And then it becomes a pride thing. So, all I'm saying is, if you want to date or be in a relationship with a guy who's making less money than you, that is great. Nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with that. But if you're ready to step outside of your role as a woman and start throwing elbows off into his lane, then you should expect some friction. You should expect some contradiction of what a real relationship should be. You should expect some repercussions and some recoil and some problems and some issues, because money or not, when you do that, the relationship is not a healthy one. Till eventually, you don't have a relationship. And then now you can have the conversation about there are no men, and men are not being men, and men are insecure, and men are intimidated by you. Okay, choose one or the other. Thank you for listening. If you listen, I'm Marcus V. Mudd, G-Code Presentations. This is Thursday, but Free Game Friday. If the Lord say the same, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.